Oh my god, guys, we're already getting a red candle here. Welcome, guys, to Meet Damien live stream. We're looking at the price of Bitcoin dropping like a rock right now. I might have to turn the music off and see what Trump is saying right now, because we're getting a nasty red 15-minute candle here on Bitcoin, down 1% in the last 15 minutes. But let's see, in the 5-minute candle. Oh yeah, let's try to get into the speech. I got it queued up here for Donald Trump is giving the speech tonight. Let's see what this guy is saying right now. But let me turn the music off real quick here. I'll put it on pause right now. Let's see what Donald Trump is saying right now on the news here. And right now, I'm not really getting anything off of this live stream. Let's see if we could click live here. All right, here we go. Let's just go back to the last 5 minutes here.
Thank you very much. My fellow Americans, good evening. Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA and our brave astronauts on the successful launch of Artemis 2. It was quite something. It will be traveling further than any manned rocket has ever flown and will very substantially pass the moon,
Yeah, we're
go
watching
around it, and come
Trump
back
right
home
now.
from a distance that has never been done before. It's amazing. They are on the way, and God bless them. These are brave people. We want to God bless those 4 unbelievable astronauts. As we speak this evening, it's been just 1 month since the United States military began Operation Epic Fury, targeting the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before. Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone. Their Air Force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons, factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks.
Let's go
Our
ahead and smash
enemies
that like
are
button, guys.
losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. Before discussing this current situation, I also want to thank our troops for the masterful job they did in taking the country of Venezuela in a matter of minutes. That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world. After rebuilding our military during my first term, we have by far the strongest military anywhere in the world, and now we're working along with Venezuela and are, in a true sense, joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas,
All right, TikTok
the
just
second
restricted me
largest
right now.
reserves on
Trying to watch
Earth
the
after the
president
United
here.
States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there to help
Yeah, but
our
the rest
allies.
of the world does.
Tonight, I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is necessary for the safety of America and the security of the free world. From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This fanatical regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years. Their proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs. They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole.
Oh, you saw that whip there,
And they
Haven
carried
Tech, huh?
out the countless other heinous acts, including
Yeah, we'll
the
look at the charts after this
just
speech
horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel, something that most people have never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead.
Oh, the gold dome?
For these
Jeez.
terrorists to have
We'll take a look at
nuclear
the charts here,
weapons would
guys,
be
after
an
the speech is over.
intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind a nuclear shield. I will never let that happen, and neither should
Yeah, my
any
YouTube stream, you
of
can't
our
really
past
see
presidents.
Trump's top of his head.
This situation has been
that
going on
sucks.
for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first, and perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term.
Oh, you
He
did
was
that?
an evil genius,
With your bare
brilliant
hands,
person,
Trump?
a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb. And he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then, very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster. Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash,
I'm trying to see
green
what did he say that
cash. Took
caused
it
the
out of
markets to
banks
drop
from
like they did.
Virginia, D.C., and Maryland, all the cash they had.
We're going to look at the
Flew
charts
it by
after this, but
airplanes in an attempt
I'm a little
to
bit curious
buy their
what he
respect
said.
and loyalty, but it didn't work. They laughed at our president and went on with their mission to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran, and they would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. Would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts, had I not terminated that terrible deal. And I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible. And they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out.
This is all while Trump is
that
talking.
No one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone.
Not a peace talk,
their missiles are just about used up or
like
beaten.
We're getting peace anytime soon.
Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily.
America.
Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I've traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, "Please, sir, please finish the job." Every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our Drill Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we are #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world.
I don't know
we're
if
in great shape for the
it sounds
future.
like
The
he's saying
United
that the war's going to
States
continue on here,
imports
guys.
almost no oil through the
But not giving any
Hormuz
more
Strait,
details than that.
and won't
Which
be
makes
taking
sense,
any
you know,
in the
you don't
future. We don't
know
need
what's
it.
going
We
on,
haven't
so.
needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that path.
So we can always rewatch that if we need to, guys. I just wanted to show you what Trump is saying and how it's affecting the markets right now. We see that the price of oil is spiking up because it looks like, you know, we're not talking about peace here. We're talking about, you know, probably continue on with the war here. Thanking our allies, which is great, you know, but they haven't really been too helpful from what we've seen. And that's basically because, you know, Trump was bullying people last year, in my opinion, and now he's asking for help, and no one wants to help after he, you know, did all those tariffs and everything on all these various countries. And right now we're seeing the price of Bitcoin drop as well. We saw Bitcoin topping out. You know, before Trump's speech, we saw Bitcoin as high as like 68,600. Now we're seeing Bitcoin trading at 67,700. About like almost like 1,000-point drop from where it was. Nothing too crazy, but I mean, it is creating some volatility here for sure. I mean, let me see. Measuring that move out, how much of a percentage move was that? Measuring from where we were at the top here down to like where it got down to. About almost like a 2% drop. So, you know, with like, you know, 10x leverage, that's like 18%. But like with, you know, probably like 100x leverage, that's 180% move right there you could have made on a trade if that's what you want to do there with Bitcoin. Let me try to go back and look at Trump's speech one more time, see if he's saying anything relatively new here.
Be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up.
That's all hopes and dreams.
Very much, frankly.
I don't understand why Trump doesn't actually do a blockade and prevent Iranian oil from leaving, and just, you know, stop them from making money off of this bad situation in the Middle East.
With our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible. They are getting so much more money than they thought. That's from the great, big, beautiful bill.
All right, that's enough cheerleading there for now. Let's get back into the markets here. I'm going to try to cue my music here. Get back to the 80s retro music that I like to usually play on my streams here. But anyways, yeah. I'll just turn it down, put the volume down to where I like it to be. And yeah. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Your thoughts and comments on that? I know you guys are starting to realize here that looks like the war is continuing on here, and the price of Bitcoin took a drop because of that. Price of oil decided to spike up on that, and we also saw gold. Gold was dropping down on the news. Silver also down as well. Silver down 1.9% today. And we just started the new day here. Let's get into the daily chart. But yeah, silver taking it on the chin right now. The only thing that's a clear winner here is oil. If you guys are able to invest in oil, might be a good time to throw some money into some longs on oil, because it did not sound like we were getting a peace deal. Talking about peace there with Donald Trump. He's over here, you know, basically saying thank you to Iran for doing this, because now we get to sell oil in America at higher prices. But I mean, the majority of Americans, they know that's a farce. Like, we all gotta pump oil and gas into our gas tanks here, and the only people that are making money is the oil companies, not the average American. So I don't know why he thinks that's a win, you know, for America there. Unless we're going to tax the oil companies and get some of that money back and give that back to the average American there, that's the only way I can. This can be, you know, passed off as like potential a potential benefit to the Americans. Like, give us some of our money back, tax the oil companies, and give that money back to the Americans, you know, as like an emergency tax, you know. Yeah, I mean, the oil companies will still make money selling their oil to, like, you know, other countries that need American oil, but, like, you know, help out the American consumers is what I'm going to say about that. You know, let's get some taxes, some tax refunds sent back to us. But he did talk about tax refunds. He did say that was like the end of that speech there. But anyways, let me look at the chat here, see what you guys have to say about all of that. We got Rich in the chat saying America. Yep, America. Haven Peck said, can he just say money or something and wink at the camera before he says missiles one more time? That's funny. And DZ said, he said a whole bunch of nothing. Yeah, that's why I kind of decided to just get back to my stream here, because I don't see any key developments. I was waiting for him to say that they were going to put troops on the ground or put boots on the ground, or maybe if they're going to attack the island of Karg, or maybe do something different that they haven't even talked about, like maybe do a blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, preventing Iran from selling oil to like China and India and Pakistan until they, you know, decide to do a ceasefire. Like, that would have been interesting news, but we didn't get that. Anyways, guys, back to the charts here. Oh, DZ. ZZ, you don't need America is fine, you know. I am currently in Costa Rica. Hopefully the sound sounds right. I don't know if I like the sound in this room here. I might have to find another room to do my live streams at. But I plan on doing live streams here in Costa Rica for like the next 3 months. I've made it down here, guys. So here I am, and DZ's over here cheering me on here. Appreciate that, DZ. And I did see that DZ did have a request. We will look at some requests here. DZ wanted to take a look at VVV and Dog and Me. I mean, we are looking at one of the hottest assets to be in right now, which is the price of oil spiking up right now today. Let me get rid of some of this chart action here. Let's look at the price of oil real quick here. I am currently myself trading oil, so we'll take a look at why I decided long oil. Okay, one of the reasons why I decided long oil, besides the fact that it's been going up and to the right this whole month here of March. Okay, I mean, yeah, we do get some dips and corrections here, but oil did get up to the 786 retracement at $107. This is WTI, West Texas Intermediate Oil. Did get up to 107. Got the sell off here on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, and another red candle. But here, today being Wednesday, right? Here we did actually back test the 618, and this was a good area to try to take a swing at a long. And then of course we got the catalyst pushing us up here with Trump basically saying that the war is going to continue on, and just thanking our allies and not really saying too much about what the next move is going to be here. But it doesn't sound like they're inching towards peace. I think this was mainly, Donald Trump was basically trying to. He knows his poll numbers are going down, his approval ratings are going down, and he needed to say something to explain like why we're involved in the Middle East here. So I think that's basically what he was doing today. But it sounds like we're still going to be involved. So that's why I think oil is spiking up, and we could get a rejection off of 107. Could be another area where we get rejection off of for crude oil. But if we can push past 107, I think we're going to head up to 119. And then of course, here on the charts, I do got a fib extension level where we could see $134 barrel oil. Maybe that happens, later on going into next month, unless they dip into the strategic oil reserve. If they dip into the strategic oil reserve one more time, that could knock the price of oil down. I don't think they're going to do that because they can't do that too many times. They already spent like a third of the oil in the strategic reserve. If they do the same thing all over again, we're only going to have like 30% of our oil that we had just about a month ago. We're only going to have like 30% of it left if they do the same thing that they did, earlier this month. So I'm not sure if they can pull that lever again, but it's always a possibility that could knock the price of oil down. So oil will still stay volatile here. Let's go ahead and take a look at VVV from my buddy DZ here, okay? And that's VVV USD, Venice token here on Coinbase Exchange. We have done previous chart work on this, and Venice is still doing consolidation here after having a pretty good February here, going into the beginning of March here, okay? And I have done previous chart work here where I drew this. We could possibly break down out of this pennant here. This is like a pennant or a symmetrical triangle here, but looks like VVV is not breaking down. Okay, I actually did expect us to actually try to break out. We haven't really broke out yet, but I'm expecting us to continue going up into the right here for Venice token, mainly because that's how you started. Basically the beginning of this year, going up into the right. If this is a bull flag, I have to zoom out, right? If this is a bull flag, right? And I'm pretty sure DZ has seen this before, but someone who's new to the stream, new to this live stream, don't forget to follow me and subscribe to the Meet Damien channel here for the technical analysis on your favorite crypto and stocks. But if this is a bull flag here, you just take the flagpole, right? You got the flag, and this is the flagpole, this yellow line here. You take this, like where we're possibly going to be breaking out here at like $6.80 here on Venice token, and it's showing that we could possibly get up to like 11.58, just shy of 12 bucks here on VVV token here. Okay, so that's something to be on the lookout for here. Okay, now in a local time fashion here, a local just looking at the local highs here and looking at what could happen next. I'm expecting possibly VVV to drop down, actually, believe it or not, especially with Bitcoin dropping down. I think that should cause VVV to drop down in price here. You're also near the top of this, I'm going to call this a supply line. You're at the top of this line here that's acting like a downtrend, and it should push us back down unless we get the bulls excited to push this thing up to higher prices here. I would expect to maybe take a short here on VVV if that's what you want to do, and see if you can take it all the way down to the bottom of this uptrend line. Don't really have that much room to work with, but a day trader could do this, where a day trader could take it from 680 down to like 590, and I believe that's almost like a 10% move in price, right? Or maybe like 8%. Let me measure that here real quick here. Okay, if we were to drop down from where we are right now to like down to like 590, it's like 11% move down in price right there. So, you know, slap on 10x leverage, and that's 100% gain right there on a 10x short on Venice token. So maybe that might be the move to play here on VVV. All right, let's move on from VVV. We also got another one to look at, which is Dog and Me. Okay, we got Dog and Me trading on Coinbase Exchange as well. We'll look at the daily time frame here, and we've seen that Dog and Me is currently trading at we'll just call that number 1014. Okay, it's a couple of decimal places removed from zero. We're just going to call that 1014. Okay. And what do we got here for Dog and Me? Well, Dog and Me has been in a downward trend, losing money for investors here, making money for the shorts. I'm pretty sure the day traders who are longing can also make some money trying to long it and catching, the dip if they're able to find the dip here. Okay, but for the most part, this thing has been going down and to the right. And I guess we'll just look at this as if we're long-term trading. I'm going to say long-term investing, which I guess every investor and trader is a trader, right? Think about it for a second. Even if you do it for like 5 or 10 years, you're in an investment, you just basically did a long swing trade that took you 5 to 10 years. But anyways, yeah, if you are trading this or trying to invest this for the long term, you're looking to see if this is going to be bottoming out here, right? Kind of like people were probably expecting it to bottom out here in November and December of last year. What we need to see is some bottoming price action. We need to see either possibly double bottom, which I think I could see like right here. This could be a possible double bottom. You can maybe say that this might even be a triple bottom here at 940 for Dog and Me. So there's a possibility that we have a triple bottom here. But let's just say if this is a double bottom, we'll measure that out real quick here. Okay, you just measure from where the bottoms are at, which is at 930, 940, up to the top in between the two bottoms here. For my chart pattern guys here, this is how you do a double bottom measure move. You take that measure move, you put it on top of the top in between the two bottoms here, and it gives you a target to the upside here. It's showing that blue number right there. Dog and Me could get up to like 1811. Not saying that it will get up to 1811, but it is an idea. And if it does that, you'll be going past the 50-day moving average, which is sitting at 1340, and you'll be getting past the 100-day moving average at 1604 to get up to that 1800 number. I bet you if we were to just, start going up and to the right, and doing an uptrend, a bull rally here, I think by the time we get up to like 1800, which is that blue number there, that's probably going to be where that 200 moving average is going to be at, and then that could be what sends us down to lower prices, or at least knocks us down, knocks us back into reality again. So those are your upside targets. I would just play the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day moving average as targets to the upside. But I did give you that double bottom target here, okay? So that's something to be on the lookout for. Now, another thing I want to look at before I leave this chart, obviously you don't want to go lower than 860, and we've seen a possible double bottom around like 930 being formed here. What I want to see is, do we have buyers showing up? Is there a bullish divergence that's showing up here? I gotta look at the other indicators here, which I'm pulling up right now, and I'm looking for the RSI indicator here, and it looks like you kind of did get some double bottom. I probably gotta get rid of some stuff here, guys. But you can see here, right? I'm probably gonna have to get rid of a lot of things here. I'm just gonna get rid of all this. I'm just gonna make this a naked chart for the most part. But you can see that we had made lower lows here while making higher lows on the RSI. That was your bullish divergence that was showing up here. I gotta draw it out here real quick here. You know, you could disregard this, but this was, you know, we were making lower lows up here, okay? But if you just disregard these candles right here, you can see that the trend was still down and to the right, okay? And we were going up. We were going up and to the right here on the RSI, and that's your bullish divergence that was forming, okay? And I do have an indicator here that shows me potential bullish divergence with these like kind of like these spider lines right here, okay? So bullish divergence was starting to show up here. This is just basically showing us that the bulls for dogging me are actually getting excited to buy dogging me at these low prices here. So this is the beginning of bottoming out, and then of course, you know, trying to bottom out is either creating higher lows and higher highs, or at least, at the very least, making a double bottom. Because what? Double bottom, it literally has bottom in its name. So, if this is a double bottom, then, you know, we will see higher prices here. And I like this for a trade, actually, because you can just plan on your stop loss right below the double bottom, probably at like 900, okay? And if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. It probably means this thing wants to go lower. We're not done going down yet. But if we do not get stopped out, and if our stop doesn't get hit at like 900 here, then maybe we could see higher prices where we could at least get up to this previous candlewick high here on Friday the 13th at like 1369. That's about like a 30% move from where we are right now. And then maybe we could possibly get up to this double bottom target at 1811. So that's something to take into consideration here. I see we got what joining the live stream here. Nice to see you. What. We got a few people in the live stream, not as many as we are used to, because my live stream time slots have been all over the place. But I do plan on going live around this time, guys, going forward for the night streams. And I also plan on doing like a TikTok only live stream during the morning and afternoon hours. So I'll be doing like 2 days here. I'll be doing 2 live streams for the most part every day if I can. And also be trying to make some videos in between and also creating content. I'm also still running my rental car business, even though I'm in another country. So I got that. So, you know, if I have to take a phone call, guys, I have to take a phone call, right? But I am trying to do everything, you know, via email and set things up where all you have to do is just send me a text or just call me, and then I can just, you know, give them access to the car so they can rent it. All right. Let's see. I'm reading the chat here. We got Rich in the YouTube chat. Good to see Rich in the chat. I know he's not able to make it to my morning and afternoon streams, so I'm glad he's able to make it to the night stream here. I plan on doing more of these night streams, so maybe I'll see more of Rich as well. I know I definitely see Rich in the Discord chat for sure. But let's see. What is Rich saying? He says no taco, huh? More F around and find out. Yeah, it looks like that's what's going on, but to be honest with you, I think Trump really wants to do a peace deal. I don't think he wants to stay, and I think most Americans and most people don't want to stay in the Middle East longer than we have to, because it probably will get ugly, and it will get worse before it gets better the longer we stay there. So, but it does sound like the war is going to continue on, and we just don't know. He didn't really give us what they're going to do. They got special forces and ground troops there. I heard people talking about them possibly doing like a small ground invasion to try to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and maybe take some land nearby, just to give, you know, the Iranians something else to think about besides attacking defenseless, you know, ships just trying to, you know, transport oil and whatever else through the Strait of Hormuz. Then I also heard that they might try to do something with Karg Island, that they might try to invade it and take over, but I think that could get bloody and messy, because once you take it over, then you become a target for the Iranians and their missiles and drones. They might not care about, you know, Karg Island if that happens, and they might just start blowing up, you know, their own refineries right next to the Marines and Special Forces over there. So I don't know if that's a good idea either. I've heard some people say that if they're gonna attack Karg Island, that they might as well just blow up the oil refineries and facilities there. And we would just have to take the L, and that's gonna cause the price of oil to spike. And we already talked about the price of oil. I think oil could probably go to like 120, 130 bucks in the near term here, probably before the end of the month of April. I don't know if we'll go up to $150, but that's also another target on my Fibonacci as well. We got Matty Ghost in the chat. All right, so we got the people from my Discord showing up here. Appreciate you guys coming in here and actually interacting with me here on the live stream. We can look at the charts and also, you know, try to figure things out and talk to each other. Maybe share a laugh if we can while we're on the live stream here. But guys, if you do want to join the Meet Damien, you know, Discord community where you can interact with me when I'm not live streaming, I do have a Discord. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick here. But I do have a Meet Damien Discord. Oh, what is that? It's not showing up here. There we go. Let's see if that shows up. Nope, it's not showing up. So my YouTube guys, I don't think I can show it to you. But I'm showing it to my TikTok guys here that they can join the Meet Damien Discord, which is free to join. Okay, and you'll know when I go live. I usually post up the live streams here for YouTube. I have shown in my Discord members what it's like to be in Costa Rica at the moment right now, and yeah, I literally landed in this country earlier today and trying to do a live stream for you guys. So I'm really trying to put in that work for you guys. But yeah, let's see. If you guys wanted to join the Meet Damien, you know, Discord, you would just go over to TikTok here from our TikTok guys. Go to the bio. Don't forget to follow me if you haven't done so already. Click on the Linktree link here. You click on that, it'll take you over to the Meet Damien Linktree, which you'll then see the Meet Damien Discord server, which is free to join. This is how we stay in touch with each other. But you guys can also stay in touch with me if you don't want to do that. And you have Twitter, you can stay in touch with me on Twitter. I'm also on X or Twitter as well. And then for my YouTube guys, just showing you guys how to get to here too. If you go over to the Meet Damien YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the community here. But there's a Linktree link there, right there. You click on that Linktree link, and it'll take you over to the Linktree, and you'll see, you know, this is where you can join me on Twitter, all my other socials there, and then also you can join me here on the Meet Damien Discord server. So there you go. There you go. All right, let's see. Thank you, Rich, for posting the link there on YouTube. I appreciate that, Rich. You're helping me out there, buddy. All right. So let's see. Rich did say that. So you're saying more things for Iran to worry about. Yeah, Iran's gonna have some more things to worry about if they don't come to the negotiating table here. And Trump really wants to. I don't think he wants to stay there longer than he has to. I don't know why they don't want to take him on that deal, but probably because they're fearing for their own safety. Because I feel like at this point, if they do take a deal, they'll look weak in front of their people, and then they'll actually be like protests in the street, and it might actually be a coup, a military coup or something like that. So for their own survival, they're just they want the war to stay going here. It gives them somebody else to blame besides themselves for why the country's falling apart. All right, we got Matty Ghost here saying too much uncertainty. Iran has leverage, so does the U.S. It's a stalemate. Yeah, it is a stalemate as of now. But to take away that leverage, I think, you know, in my opinion, it would be less bloody, less destruction if they did a blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, preventing Iranian oil tankers from getting out of the Strait of Hormuz and go into, like, you know, Pakistan, India, and China. I mean, it would hurt and it would cause oil prices to spike up, but oil prices are going up anyways, the way things are going. So I think that would be a lot less messier than sending ground troops and doing a ground invasion on Iran. But that's just my opinion. And I do listen to other military channels talking about, you know, what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz, and the guys that I listen to, they actually, they make sense to me. I mean, I think a blockade makes a lot more sense than trying to invade Karg Island or blow up Karg Island, or trying to invade Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. I think it makes a lot more sense to do that, but I don't know. That's just me. Matty Ghost says, you still think a deal could come out of nowhere to surprise everyone? Yeah, that's why you can't get overly bullish and you can't get overly bearish. I mentioned that in my live stream. Like, you can't, you know, trade too hard one way or the other here. There's already volatility in the markets, and at this point, you shouldn't really be using too much leverage unless you really know what you're doing and you're watching the charts here. I know there's some traders here, some swing traders here, they don't watch the charts every single day, or they might check up on it when they get out of work or before they go to school or whatever they're doing, before they drop the kids off at school, and they can't get on the charts, you know, doing 50x leverage on oil or even Bitcoin for that matter. Alright, and we got DeluxeAlgo talking about NETCos. DeluxeAlgo, you just gotta give it some time here. That wasn't the main reason why I came to Costa Rica for the ladies here, but I'll tell you this, you know, a lot of people are working, the working class people, and you know, it's not the weekend yet. The weekend is on Friday and Saturday. Okay, maybe I might do a live stream when I'm at at one of the restaurants here, and you might see some Tika show up on the stream. But yeah, that's what I'm up against here. Let's see. What can we look at besides oil and Bitcoin? We did take a look at a little bit of gold, but let's do a deeper dive on gold here. We see that the price of gold currently trading at $4,695. Took a nasty dip after Trump started talking about well, a whole bunch of nothing, but just basically saying that they're not finished, but they're going to finish the job. Okay. All right. So with that being said, we did see that oil did come up to this 0.5 retracement at $4,733, $4,733 there. We topped out here at $4,793 and $4,800 here, so just a little bit above this 0.5 retracement, but this is a level to be concerned about, which could be a resistance because it's above us, and it is probably acting as resistance for now. If gold decides to drop down to lower prices here, I think we could see the $4,500 level all over again. That's your 0.32 retracement. And I think when I turn on the VRVP indicator, which I'm going to do for you guys here, that VRVP indicator shows that there is a high volume node here between like 4,500 and 4,600. So I think that's where gold could come, get some support, make a higher low, and then we'll see if it tries to push past $4,800 here. Okay. But that's what I see there for gold. I know no one really requested gold there, but I just want to take a look at it because we did see gold, at least on the 5-minute chart here, take a nasty dip after Trump started talking at 9 p.m. Eastern time here. Okay, so price of gold is it was basically trading sideways. However, you can see that there was some bearish divergence showing up on the charts. We were making higher highs, but I bet you if I turn on that RSI there, it's probably going to show lower highs on the RSI, the 5-minute time frame. Got some peaks here. Let's see, 70 versus like 73. So yeah, there was ever so slightly bearish divergence on the 5-minute time frame. So I mean, you kind of already had your warning signal there that you know, gold wanted to like at least do a little bit of a correction, possibly a sell-off, and you got that there tonight with Trump being the catalyst for gold dropping down, you know, $200 here per an ounce. Alrighty, let's see. I'm trying to catch up in the chat. So TikTok suspended me, or they restricted me again here because I showed earlier in the live stream, you know, Donald Trump, you know, talking and giving a speech here, and they said I'm being boring, unoriginal, showing Donald Trump talking here. And I'm not really getting many views here on TikTok because of that. That's unfortunate. I hope they don't suspend like my gifting or anything like that. I know tomorrow should be a little bit more interesting. I am gonna do a morning stream. Let's see. Right now, it is 7:52 p.m. Eastern time here in Costa Rica, or in San Jose, Costa Rica, where I'm staying at. So for my East Coast guys who normally see me on East Coast time, that's like we're 2 hours behind East Coast time. And I know my European guys, you guys are way further ahead of me in time. I mean, I right now I have things set where I wake up 8 o'clock in the morning here, so this is like 8 o'clock Mountain Time for my United States guys who know Mountain Time. So I guess, you know, I'd probably start the stream. See, 8 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Mountain Time is 10 a.m. Eastern time. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I start at 11 a.m. Which is what I normally used to do for my morning and afternoon streams. Is like, you know, I start at like 12 p.m. Eastern time, and people would show up. So I guess my stream might be like maybe an hour earlier, you know, just to get the day started earlier. So I might be starting around like 11 a.m. Eastern time. I still have to see, you know, I gotta explore the neighborhood and explore the area, see if it's safe enough for me to walk around with a camera phone. Because even though I feel safe here in Costa Rica, I never had problems with anybody. No one's ever given me problems. I know there could still be, you know, unsafe areas, and there could be people who will give you problems, and you know, opportunistic people who might just try to grab my phone while I'm streaming with you guys, which would be weird and awkward, because then you'll see the person who took the phone from me for a little bit there. But I'm just, you know, keeping my fingers crossed and praying that doesn't happen. Okay, so I can continue doing live streams with you guys here. What says it is 5 a.m. where you're at. Oh my God, what where are you? What are you in Europe? I know I do have some European folks that show up to my live streams. I have Laureen, she's from Ireland. Cameron, I think, is over in England, not too far from Ireland. I do get some people from Germany showing up on the live streams. I get some people from Asia, like Taiwan and the Philippines showing up on the live stream too. What says he is from Europe and he's in Estonia. Oh my God, I appreciate you coming into the live stream and watching me. What is keeping you up so late? Are you just like a night owl? What is keeping you up so late? And then Mario in the chat here is from Lithuania. So yeah, I have noticed that I have received a bunch of Europeans coming into my live stream, only because I think, you know, I used to go live all the time at like 12 p.m. Eastern time, which is like 5 or 6 p.m. European time. Like, you guys are just getting out of work and starting your dinner and watching me while you're having dinner here. And yeah, appreciate you guys coming to the live stream. But yeah, I built up a European following because of that, which is pretty cool. I'm okay with that. Yeah, Rich, TikTok can be a pain in the butt sometimes, yeah. It sucks, because I was trying to do something different here. I was trying to show you guys, you know, Trump giving a speech, and I can't even do that. Like, what the hell, you know? Before, they restricted me when I would just show the charts and not show my face. And I think they were like, oh, this guy's being boring. He's just looking at the charts here and talking about the charts and not really showing his face or doing a dance or anything like that. So what I started doing on my TikTok streams is I started showing my face in the beginning of the stream, and then I would flip the camera to show what I see here on the charts. So, because that's like the main reason why people come here is to look at the charts, right? I'm assuming that. But I look forward to doing streams where I'm just doing walks and hikes here in Costa Rica, and you guys will definitely get a chance to see my face, and then you can ask me questions. We'll talk about the news of the day tomorrow morning. We'll see how what just happened here affects the price of oil and commodities and stocks, crypto. We can talk about it all. You know, when I first started this channel, I could have named myself Crypto Damien, but I didn't want to just, you know, put myself as a one-trick pony. I wanted to be able to talk about anything and everything underneath the sun here. Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and XRP, they're fun to talk about. But I also am, you know, comfortable talking about, you know, the price of gold and the price of oil and stocks and everything else in between. As well as like talking about, like, you know, the ticas in Costa Rica for my buddy DeluxeAlgo here, who's so anxious to see me with a beautiful girl standing right next to me. Yeah, give it some time, you know. I don't want to force the issue. It's like when you go looking for it, that's when it doesn't happen. And then when it, you know, when you're not really looking for it, it happens. So you just gotta hold on tight there. But anyways, well, I am looking at the price of oil. It's still continuing to spike up here on the 5-minute chart. We see oil, like I said, you know, I thought it could head back to 107. Looks like it wants to do that tonight, after we already hit the, you know, the 618 earlier today, right? Yeah, we hit it right here earlier in the morning when most of us, I was sleeping. This was like 3 o'clock in the morning. But we already hit the 618, and now we're heading right back up to the 786 to $107 barrel oil. I am trading oil on Coinbase Exchange. I don't really show it to you guys because I don't really want to show you guys all my portfolios here. You know, I do show you guys MEXC and WEEX. And yeah. So I've been trading oil on WEEX a lot, but also you could trade out here on MEXC. For you guys who are interested in, hey, how the hell do you play oil? This guy keeps talking about oil. Can you actually make money on oil? And you can do that here on MEXC Exchange, right? There's MEXC, you see that? And then you click on the tickers here. I have it saved under my favorites. I got, if you just type in oil, there's WTI oil, West Texas Intermediate is what WTI stands for. Trading at 104 bucks. And then you also got Brent oil, which is trading at $105 a barrel here. So, yeah, I don't know if I should click Brent. I should probably click WTI, huh? But I mean, they're pretty much almost at the same price here. They're both heading to $107, in my opinion. Here, we already got to $106 in the last 15 minutes here. Like we're at $105.93, but you can trade oil here on MEXC Exchange, and you can do it with leverage. Looks like you can do 50x leverage, 100x leverage, 200x leverage. I think I had it at 40x leverage for myself here. But I usually play anywhere between like 10 to 40x leverage on oil. But that's cool that they got that right here on MEXC Exchange. And if you guys want to start trading on MEXC Exchange, making some money off of oil with, you know, basically zero fees. There's no fees for trading oil. They want you to trade oil here on MEXC. I think WEEX is also doing no fees on oil as well. I would have to double check that, but I know right there in your face, MEXC is, you can trade oil for free. There's no trading fees. Maybe there might be funding fees, but that's about it. And if you want to do that, I do have a referral link in the Meet Damien link tree, right? There's that link for MEXC right there. You can trade crypto there, okay, on MEXC Exchange, and you can also do it on WEEX as well. Either one. I like using WEEX and recommending it to people because it's easy to get started with them. There's no KYC, and you don't need to do VPN. With MEXC, they might not, you know, you could do no KYC, but you're not going to be able to put a bunch of money into the account. And then you still have to do VPN if you're American or Canadian. And certain countries they don't work with because they don't want to deal with the regulations there. So I usually tell the new people who are just getting started with trading crypto and trading futures on crypto, you should try out WEEX first, get started with them, and then see if you can get, you know, an account with MEXC. Because MEXC is good though, because they, besides like trading fees being zero, most of the other trading pairs, the fees are very low. It's almost close to zero. So they're actually cheaper to use than WEEX. Okay. but there's a little bit more hoops to jump over to try and get started with MEXC there. Okay, and this Meet Damien link tree, right, is, you know, it's in the bio for my TikTok. Okay, there it is. That's the Meet Damien link tree right there to get started, and then also on the YouTube channel, we got the link tree right there as well. Okay. Alrighty. If you guys have any stocks or cryptos or commodities you want to take a look at, besides the ones that we already talked about? I see what is smashing that like button. Thank you, what for smashing the like button. Let's see. Do we have my YouTube guys? We have 6 people watching right now. Come on, we can get the amount of likes to match the amount of people that are watching right now. I think we can do that, right? Can we go ahead and smash that like button? Appreciate that. Doesn't cost you anything. Does not cost you anything to smash that like button. So the least you can do to try to get the YouTube algorithm fired up so we can get some more people to come to these streams here. And it's difficult, you know, with TikTok, you know, restricting me because they don't like it when I don't show my face. I'm gonna be trying to show my face, you know, to try to get more people to show up to the TikTok stream here. But yeah, that's it's tough. It's tough being a streamer. They have so many rules, so many restrictions. I appreciate you guys there. All right, so yeah, what says he is working the nights, and he's also watching me. You can get away with that. You're working a job where you can actually watch me and not get in trouble with your boss. I appreciate the fact that you're able to do that. Mario says he's in the USA now. Okay, I just left the USA. I'm in Costa Rica now. I'll be here for the next 3 months. Oh, you're driving. Oh, be careful. Be safe out there if you're watching me while you're driving. Another cool thing today here, guys. I don't know if you guys pay attention to the moon cycles, but there was a full moon today, and usually that leads to a green. At the very least, we get a green day the day of. But now I guess we're kind of going into Thursday. We're getting a red candle. But April 1st was supposed to be a full moon. Well, it is a full moon, but it's also a according to the moon cycle, guys, it's supposed to be a green day. We actually did have a red day, so that's a little bit interesting. But yeah, let me go ahead and try to turn the indicator on there real quick here so you guys can see the moon cycle indicator and see if it actually plays out. Usually when we get a full moon, like we got a full moon here on March, and you saw the price of Bitcoin go up. And it kept, I mean, it got a correction here, but it continued going up until the new moon. And the new moon is the bear moon, right? The new moon, when you can't see the moon in the sky, that's usually time to get out of Bitcoin. Because look what happens. The price ends up coming down, making lower highs and lower lows here. Breaking the trend, the uptrend that we were trying to stay in. However, we did get a full moon here. And it's just not... It's not doing what it did here in March, I'll tell you that. March was a better full moon for us. Okay. And then we kind of did get a full moon here. Well, we did get a full moon in February, but we didn't really see price action. So I don't know if the full moon cycle, the moon cycle indicator is really playing out like it used to over the last couple of years. We know, like, you know, over the last couple of years, every time we saw a full moon, it seemed like Bitcoin would climb up. Full moon, Bitcoin would climb up. Full moon, Bitcoin would climb up again. Another full moon, Bitcoin at least made an initial climb here. Another full moon, Bitcoin climbed up. Another full moon, Bitcoin climbed up. Okay, so like, that's what was going on back in 2024 and 2025 here. And then it kind of like changed. I guess now that we're in the bear market, the full moon indicator it's just not working anymore. But some people swear by it, and some people still think it works. And people still mention it because they remember it working last year and the year before. They think it's going to continue working again for an indicator here. So that's what I got there for the full moon indicator here. Let's see. Rich wants to take a look at Casca. And Rich is done with his dinner in Merkin. All right, Rich. What did you have for dinner tonight? I know me myself. I had some chicken. I had chicken and a salad, and then I had a little bit of a quesadilla. just to get me started here in Costa Rica. Definitely I love my Mexican food, but I also like my Costa Rican food when I can find it. They do a lot of things with their chicken and fish over here. So we gotta look at Caspa for Rich. Caspa on Kraken Exchange? Sure, why not? Caspa is currently trading at 3 cents, roughly 0.031 pennies to be exact. We're looking at the daily time frame here for Caspa, and yeah, Caspa had a pretty good middle March here to get up to a high of like 4 cents, 0.042 pennies. Well, I mean, we got pretty much like a naked chart here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my my DeluxeAlgo indicators here and everything else. All right. So let's see if we got any nice signals here and anything to work with moving averages. All right. So we did get a short signal that came in here on Monday, March 23rd, saying that we should be looking for downward price action on Caspa, which is what we're getting here. Okay. If we got a long signal firing off, then I may be like, all right, maybe Caspa might actually want to go up rather than down here. But we don't have a long signal yet. Last time we had a long signal was back here on February 15th here. Now, granted, we did kind of drift down and go to the right, not really do too much. But it did tell you the long here on February 15th, and look what it did. It eventually climbed up. All right, so you know. These signals indicators here are kind of useful. And you can come onto my live stream and look at the charts here, and I can pull up the DeluxeAlgo indicator here and look at the long and short signals to figure out what might happen next and whether we should be long and short in here. Or you guys can also purchase that indicator there yourself. But if you want to save some money, you just come on the live stream and don't forget to follow and subscribe to me, and then smash that like button. That's all I'm asking for. And we can look at the charts here together. I can show you where the signals are here for Caspa. Anyways, looking at this, we have got looks like we got rejected off the 100-day moving average, this blue line. I expect if Caspa was to like do a Uno reverse and start going up to higher prices here, first the 50-day moving average should act as resistance, that green line at 0.036 pennies. And then the 100-day moving average should act as resistance one more time at 4 cents here. I still think it's worth using moving averages here. Rich, I hope you're using that on your charts. You know, I use that on my charts, and if it gets to be too cluttered, I can always just hide it. I can always make it disappear. But I like using these moving averages to give me a guidance for like my take profit targets when I'm long in assets, especially when the moving averages are above you. It gives you an idea as like what to look for targets to the upside here. But another indicator that you can use to figure out what the targets might be to the upside is this VRVP indicator here. The VRVP indicator is showing that we do got a value area high sitting at 0.036 pennies, which is confluent with that 50-day moving average. So I think when we get to the 50-day moving average, you should definitely take profit, because you got the VRVP indicator agreeing with the 50-day moving average that we should probably take profit there, because we don't know if we're going to go up and just bulldoze through those lines and head up to that 100-day moving average. That would be nice, but you can see here there's also high volume here near the 100-day moving average as well. So once again, the VRVP indicator is agreeing with the moving average that there should be some profit taken to be had here. If we're going to be smart and prudent about, taking profit on our trades, I would be targeting that 100-day moving average, because the VRVP indicator says that's a good area. So does the moving average itself. Says Pippin made a nice 60% pump today, but then retraced. Yeah, that thing's crazy. That thing is still trading with a lot of volatility. You don't really need to use leverage on Pippin. And says he drives for work and has no bosses. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I got into flying airplanes is because I didn't have to deal with a boss, right? Some of you guys might know, some of you guys might not, some of you guys may know, and some of you guys might not have known that I flew airplanes. In my younger days, I still look like I'm young enough. But yeah, like right out of high school, I started flying airplanes when I turned 18 years old, and I thought, flying airplanes would be a way to not really have to deal with the boss. It's just you and the co-pilot, or you and the captain. And it pretty much is, but you still have a boss. You still have a chief pilot, and there's also a chief flight instructor over at the airlines. And I did a stint over at the airlines before I started working for myself. And once I started working for myself, I just didn't want to work for anybody else but myself. So, but now I'm working for you guys, I guess. You could say I'm working for you guys. And I appreciate you guys coming on to the live stream here. Alright. Rich told us what he had for dinner. He had chicken stuffing, rice, and corn, and peas. That sounds pretty healthy and hearty. A nice, healthy, hearty meal for a red-blooded American, true American meal there. Alright. So I mean, we are looking at CASPA. I don't know if that was the analysis that you wanted there. We did the moving averages there and the BRVP. I didn't really give you downside targets here, but let's just not go lower than this candlewick low here on February 6th. I think a lot of the cryptos had a pretty bad day on February 6th, because that's when Bitcoin actually went down to $60,000 and was threatening to go down to 50K, and then it just decided to cast the bids. But yeah, I think don't go lower than the candlewick low here at 2.5 cents for CASPA, and I think you'll be all right. Maybe we'll pull ourselves together and actually make a higher low here, to then maybe make a higher high. But I don't know. I mean, we just heard Donald Trump say that. Well, a whole bunch of nothing to be honest, but he did not say the war was coming to an end. He said we need to finish what we need to finish. I'm kind of like paraphrasing him. I'm not really quoting him, but he basically said the job's not finished and we need to finish it. So the markets are interpreting that as the war is going to continue on. He's not giving us any goals, like what would cause us to be finishing the war, what would actually finish and complete the war here. I think what they really want is Iran to give up their nuclear materials. That would definitely make them feel better about finishing the war, and then also opening up the Strait of Hormuz. But that's Iran's leverage right there. So it's probably going to end up being a ground invasion. If they're not going to do like a blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, then it's probably going to be a block. There's going to probably be some boots on the ground. Alright, let's see. Let's take a look at the price of Pippin, since what mentioned it. What has Pippin done? And then I might take a look at the price of Bitcoin after that. See what Bitcoin is doing on the smaller time frames here. But let's first take a look at Pippin. You said Pippin pumped 60% today, or on Wednesday? Well, I mean, yeah, this is I guess we're in a new day, right? The candle, right? The daily candle has already started for a new day here. But let's see here. If I zoom in and see what we got here for, I mean, we were up 20% on Wednesday. It's funny to say that now is Wednesday. I mean, now is Thursday, and just a few hours ago it was Wednesday, according to the charts here. But yeah, on Wednesday we got up as high as 0.078 pennies. But we closed at 0.058 pennies. So yeah, I guess that was a 60% move. I kind of want to measure that out real quick here. Starting from where we're at, the opening of the candle to the candle at high at 78. Is that, yeah, I'm having a hard time measuring, but there you go. Alright, yeah, it was up about like 60%. You're right. Yeah. That's crazy. That is crazy. but it only finished up 20%. So what is Pippin doing? Is Pippin trying to be bullish? Are you trying to do something special here, Pippin? If Pippin does get bullish here, we got the 21 EMA above us sitting at 12 cents. I think that could be a problem in the beginning until it's no longer a problem. But I mean, going up from where we are right now at 6 cents to getting up to that 21 EMA at 12 cents, that is a double in price. That is a 100% gain. I would not get too greedy. I would actually sell some Pippin at that price too if I was you know, if I had spot bags in Pippin, or if I had a swing trade or leverage, you know, leverage play, a leverage long on it. I would for sure, being up 100% with no leverage, I would definitely take profit at that area. Rich is mad that he didn't short the Bitcoin swing failure pattern. All right, let's what time frame is that? We're gonna move on from Pippin. I think Pippin's target is 12 cents at this point to the upside. Obviously, don't go lower than what you did on March 25th at 0.042 pennies. But yeah, let's look at the Bitcoin since you're mentioning here, because I didn't do it too. Rich, I've been busy between traveling and making sure things are good with my rental car business, and then also doing these live streams here with you guys as much as I can, and everything else in between. I haven't been able to trade Bitcoin like I normally would trade Bitcoin, and I haven't been able to trade other cryptocurrencies like I want to. I stopped trading other altcoins and I just focus on Bitcoin, and then I stopped focusing on Bitcoin because I've been trading oil and been alright with that. So I was like, I can't watch multiple assets while also, you know, getting pulled left and right with Costa Rica and traveling and the rental car business, and also my landlord. Me being a landlord, I put a new carpet in, I painted the walls and stuff like that for one of the units, and I did that myself. So I've been busy and haven't really been able to trade on the charts like I used to. But now that I am here in Costa Rica and I'm not painting walls and digging up carpets and all that stuff, I can actually focus on day trading. And let's look at the day trading time frames here. I usually start on the 1 hour time frame for my day trades, just to get the bigger picture for the day trading. And let's see. I believe this is were you looking at what time frame were you looking at? The 1 hour or the 15-minute? You wanted to enter at 69K for a short. Yeah, Bitcoin did get up to 69K, didn't it? At 3 a.m. All right, yeah. So I didn't get in there because that was late at night for me. For us East Coast guys, it would have been like 3 a.m. Eastern time. For you West Coast guys like Rich, that would have been like 11 p.m. Eastern time, 11 p.m. Pacific time for you. So you would have been able to take that advantage of being awake during that short. Here on the 1 hour time frame, we did get a short signal firing off here at 2 o'clock earlier this afternoon, saying that Bitcoin probably wants to go down. But here's the thing: you get the short signal on the 1 hour time frame, and then price does go up. I mean, initially it went down, but then price went up, and then it went up here, and you did not get a long signal because look what happened. We had this happen here. So I think that's pretty cool that these long and short signals by DeluxeAlgo, they actually work. They give us an idea. It's like, you know, if you're trying to figure out if you should long or short. I mean, Rich is an experienced trader, and he probably figured out without using the signals here that we probably had some bearish divergence on the 1 hour time frame, and it was time for us to actually either go sideways or maybe drop down, which we're doing right now. But for those who are new to trading, and I do get some new people showing up to these live streams, this is very helpful for a new trader to see something like this. Like, all right, am I long or shorting? I'm gonna be shorting. And if you're in a long and you see the short signal show up here, then maybe you might want to strongly consider taking profit on your long, okay? Because there's nothing that says that you can't be in a long. It's kind of on like if you got into a low price. I just heard some knocking going on here. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know if someone is complaining about me talking or something like that. But anyways, yeah. If let's see. What, I just lost my chain of thought. If you were long at lower prices here, right? If you were long at long prices, maybe you still want to stay in the long and just move your stop loss to like break even or a little bit past profit to be stopped out in profit. But yeah, if you were in a long, I would have seen this short signal and I would have taken some profit on the long here. And if you weren't in the long, then maybe, you know, seeing this signal here would have been a good time to enter a short if you were thinking about shorting. And sure enough, that's what you got here. You know, you're getting Bitcoin dropping down here to lower prices here. How much lower could it go? I think I see some sideways trading action here at like 66,500. So maybe like we go down another $300 to $400 before you know, Bitcoin starts getting some support here. But let's see. Let me turn the VRVP indicator here real quick. Yeah, we got like a value area low at 66,100, and then we got a point of control here at 66,700. So we're actually getting close to support here on Bitcoin. You see this blue line here? You got a point of control there. We literally came right down to it. We came right down to that point of control. Okay, that high volume node there. So I don't know, it might be worth, if you want to scalp trade, you could try to long Bitcoin right now, but you're not getting any signal here to enter a long, at least not using, the DeluxeAlgo indicator is not telling you the long right now. But if you're in a short, I would probably take profit right now, take some profit, because we're coming up on this high volume here on the VRVP indicator. Rich is like, Damien's about to be disappeared. Baby, I don't know, man. What the hell? So I am in an Airbnb, and there are other people in the surrounding area, so maybe someone might not like the fact that I'm talking, and it might be late at night for them. But it's like 8:30. It's 8:30 in the evening time here, so I don't understand why that would be too much of an issue. I think most people, they do quiet time at like 9 or 10 o'clock, right? So we're not too far off. But I don't know. I guess maybe I'll hear it tomorrow morning. Hey, can you like keep it down? You were pretty loud last night. Oh man. I guess I'll find out, right? But anyways, I mean, we are looking at the price of Bitcoin right now, and maybe this ends up being a higher low on the 1 hour time frame. I'm not sure what's going to cause us to do an Uno reverse here, but maybe the selling is overdone here. Let's look at the RSI real quick. Did we get into oversold territory here? No, we're not even oversold yet. But if we get like, let's see, if we get oversold, if we go a little bit further than what we did on Tuesday morning here, we could possibly create like hidden bullish divergence. Do you guys see that? Let me see if I can show you a potential scenario here where we could get possible hidden bullish divergence if we get higher, if we still get a higher low, even if we come down a little bit further, but we're still making a higher low than what we did here on Tuesday morning. And if we start seeing the selling continue on where we make a lower low here on the RSI, that would be your hidden bullish divergence. We don't have that yet, but if we were to see the selling take us down further without the price going lower than what it did here on Tuesday, then that could be hidden bullish divergence. It's not hidden bullish divergence yet, but I'm just saying, like, you know, it could possibly turn into hidden bullish divergence. And And hidden bullish divergence would just mean that you're bullish and you could continue going up to higher prices. It shows that the bulls, I mean the bears, weren't able to push the price down lower than what they did on Tuesday here, even though the selling was a lot more violent than it was on Tuesday. So that's something to pay attention to. Maybe we do create hidden bullish divergence. Rich says, what do you say, Rich? I hope you don't have a Karen. Oh yeah, I hope I don't have a Karen. I'm hoping not. Let's see. Rich says 2 hour week low at 65K. 65,984 is the target. Let's see, 2 hour. 65,000. I have it on Coinbase Exchange. 65,920 is where we came down to here on Tuesday. So, yeah, maybe we can make a same low and not go lower than that, or if we make a higher low, even better. But yeah, with Bitcoin being at this low of a price, it might be worth taking a shot at long in Bitcoin. It might be worth taking a shot. And then you just put your stop loss right below the lows here on Tuesday, and keep it really tight. I would wait to see if we go down lower though. If we get down to like 66,500 or lower than that, I would try to take a shot at long in Bitcoin and then put in the stop loss right below 65,900, maybe like 65,800 for a stop loss. And if you don't get stopped out, then that means we're probably reversing. And who knows? You know, Trump could say something else tomorrow. I feel like that's how we trade the markets, right? We trade based on what Trump is saying on any given moment and on any given day. And who knows? Maybe we get another gift like we did the other week, where Iran lets 10 or 20 oil tankers go through the Strait of Hormuz without attacking them. But we know, I mean, we have seen that they'll let the oil tankers go through, but then they'll charge them like $2 or $3 million per ship. And guess what's going to happen? If that's what it costs to ship oil, then it's going to cause the price of oil to go up, because it's not easy to get that oil out unless you're willing to pay $2 million per ship to get it out of there. So I don't know how that helps oil prices, in my opinion. And that's another reason why we've seen oil go up as well. Up 5%. Brent oil up almost 6% right now on the day. But guys, I think that's going to be it for this live stream. I don't want to disturb the neighbors anymore. I might have been a little bit too loud. I might have to close the windows or something here. But yeah, let's plan on doing this again tomorrow night for sure, looking at the charts. But if you guys want to see what I'm up to here in Costa Rica, I will go live on TikTok. I don't know if I can do a YouTube. Maybe I do a YouTube. It's going to be weird if I do a YouTube on my phone, but I could do YouTube on my phone while I'm walking and hiking in the jungle here. But yeah, I'm going to try to do something interesting tomorrow morning, and then we'll go back to the charts again like we normally do for the night streams here. Okay, guys? Alright, that's it. Let me just read up on the chat here, catch up on the chat, and then we'll listen to some music on the way out, and then that's going to be it for today. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on TikTok, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow night on TikTok and YouTube. Rich says some rogue Iranian is collecting that fee. Yeah, something's going on with that. And Rich says every time frame is now bearish. You need at least a 15-minute to turn bullish with structure breaking. Yeah. I think we were looking at the 1 hour time frame. I didn't look at the 15-minute time frame, but is 15-minute doing anything interesting here for Bitcoin? And at least on the momentum indicators here, I got a lot of stuff going on. So what's going on here? Selling pressure is still iffy. It's aggressive to take a long, because we could see selling pressures continue to increase here in the 15-minute time frame. So not really getting anything worth taking a shot at for a long, at least not yet. So yeah, Bitcoin, I would just wait for lower prices to see if you can get lower prices. The closer we get to 65,900, I gotta go back to 1 hour time frame again. The closer we get down to this low at 65,900, the better off for a long, and then also having a tight stop loss. Like ideally, if I could just game plan this out real quick here, I would try to maybe long Bitcoin at, we'll say 66,200. Put the stop loss at like 65,800. You're risking about 0.68%. And then what would you target to the upside? I don't really have anything going on here now. Just maybe you could target the 200 moving average above you for the 1 hour time frame, and that's sitting at like 68K. And you're targeting that, and they're gonna get risk reward ratio of 3.8. That's worth taking up for a trade there for a long. You're risking 0.68% to try and get 2.6%. Slap on like I don't know, 100x leverage, and you're risking what? Almost Bitcoin. But I would wait. You gotta wait. You gotta wait until Bitcoin gets down to like 66,200, and that could happen while you're sleeping too. So you know, that's what I would try to do for a trade on Bitcoin. But me personally, I'm not really trying to do trades while I'm sleeping. So if I wake up tomorrow morning and I see Bitcoin at 66,200, I'll take a shot on it. If not, whatever. Okay. But I don't want to get into a trade while I'm sleeping and not be able to watch it. So I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm in my oil trades right now. Those are the trades that I can stay in while I'm sleeping, and I'm okay with that. Alright guys, I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, and then we'll also try to do a morning stream as well. Look for that on TikTok. Take care guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for the 2-a-days, starting tomorrow. Thank you, Rich, for telling people to smash that like button. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys, if you haven't done so already. And follow me on the Damien YouTube channel if you haven't done that. Appreciate the likes and the follows and